Indiana Jones, well-known anti-Nazi action fella, has come under fire for, you guessed it, being anti-Nazi. Wow, who would have seen that one coming? Conservatives seem to have absolutely zero media literacy whatsoever, and it really bites them in the back a lot because their icons keep on coming out as anti-Nazi, and they keep on getting mad about it, which says a lot about them, I think, that they keep on getting mad about anti-Nazism. But that's just me, I guess. And some of you who aren't familiar with the situation I'm talking about, which I'm gonna go ahead and guess is a good majority of you, maybe like 70% even, they may be saying, hey Tay, your framing is a little disingenuous here. I know I've been critiqued for that in the past, rightfully and wrongfully so, that my framing might be a little disingenuous here. Well, you know what? I heard your critiques, and no, Indiana Jones is specifically being attacked for being anti-Nazi. In an interview with Harrison Ford, who seems to put as much stock into the character as I do, which is like none at all. He seems to be pretty checked out, but he's still very passionate about being anti-bad things and pro-good things. Who would have thunk it?
In terms of real-life resonance, Indiana Jones has taken on this elevated symbolic significance in recent years because we've actually seen, bizarrely, proliferation of actual real-life Nazis parading around, and some of them are getting punched. So what I want to know is, would the ultimate Nazi puncher, Indiana Jones, would he support these people doing the punching?
He'd push them out of the way to get in the first punch.
He's so incredibly based for this. I really do think the only way to legitimately address Nazism is with, like, genuine harassment. You see, Nazism is a loser and a war ideology, and the only thing that Nazism understands fundamentally is war and is losing. So if you're doing both things, you might make the individual double down and think that they're correct because look at the reaction it made the people do. Well, you might be making that person double down a little bit, but you are ostensibly making the much larger amount of people be like, maybe Nazism is bad.
As well he should.
Yeah.
That was a black and white world, and this evil presented itself to the world. It's incalculable that this vision of evil not be confronted.
Seeing Harrison Ford, who is kind of like politically a normie, I believe, say something about Nazis that upfrontly and that black and white is so refreshing. It's so refreshing being in an online political space where we genuinely believe in the marketplace of ideas for some reason and are like, wait a second, maybe we should let the Nazis talk. Maybe we should let them have a platform. No, we shouldn't. We should not let the Nazis have a platform. And if you think we should, you are stupid and you are just probably, most likely a Nazi. You're probably a Nazi yourself. And if you aren't a Nazi, you're going to bat awfully hard for him. Harder than I would, that's for sure. But anyways, as you could probably tell by the foreshadowing that I did at the beginning of this video, the conservatives, the conservatives were very mad about Indiana Jones being anti-Nazi propaganda. I don't say propaganda as a bad thing. Not all propaganda is bad, such as anti-Nazi propaganda. That's pretty good. But the conservatives were pretty mad about it. They even had some spicy takes about it. Certified retard Meme the Left decided to be wrong, as he always is, and tweet this. This is an article basically highlighting the kind of iffy history that Ukraine has with Nazism. I don't see anything wrong with pointing this out. Ukraine does have an iffy history with Nazism. And you know what else does? A lot of oppressed people. Post-World War I Germany was, objectively speaking, an oppressed state. You can even argue that post-World War II Germany was an oppressed state. So I would argue, kind of rightfully, but you could still argue an oppressed state. And these oppressed states, they tend to go towards the extremes, and they usually tend to go towards the extreme right. Now, you do get very rare cases where they go to the extreme left. However, the great majority go to the extreme right. You look at modern day Russia, you look at modern day Egypt, you look at modern day poor oppressed countries. They tend to have a very big far right problem. There is nothing wrong with addressing this. I addressed this in my video about the wall, saying that Palestine is an imperfect state, however, it still has the right to exist. Just as Ukraine is an imperfect state, just like every state, and also has the right to exist. It's not really that hard to acknowledge that, states have some iffy things. That's not like an own. We then have Malvenu saying, everyone I don't like is Hitler, which in this case, yes, they are. They literally are. In fact, not literally, but they are literally self-described and practicing Nazis in the plot of Indiana Jones. That is literally the plot of Indiana Jones, or at least the lion's share of the movies, is him trying to run off and fight the Nazis while he gets these great treasures. That is like a TLDR plot of every single Indiana Jones movie ever. And if you can prove me wrong, you can prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure you damn can't. These are the type of people that see a person like harassing a Jewish person and saying, haha, you're a Jew, you have a long nose, and you have a lot of money, and I hate you because of that. That is like, it's like the type of people that go and see that. They might not do it, but they're like, what? That's not a Nazi. He just has concerns about the white population of America and the stability of our state. That's all. He's not a Nazi. Why would you call him that? It's like that kind of person, that kind of retarded. And speaking of that kind of stupid, we got another person saying there are no Nazis in the United States. Sure, buddy. Uh-huh. Now let's assume that they're not just being a disingenuous Nazi, which they are just being a disingenuous Nazi. But let's assume they're not. Why is this a bad argument? Well, Nazism is an idea, and ideas do not have time. They do not have place. An idea is a thing that can pop up in anybody's mind ever. That's like saying, oh, there's not pizza in America. There's only pizza in Italy, dumbass. Well, yes, American and Italian pizza are very different. They are both, broadly speaking, the same thing. While, let's say, Ukrainian Nazism and German Nazism, or Egyptian Nazism, or Palestinian Nazism may all be very different, they are all ostensibly the same thing and have the same outcomes. While Egyptian and Palestinian Nazism may be more close to each other than actual German Nazism or pure Nazism, I guess, they're still Nazism and they still believe in the same outcomes. That is why this is a stupid argument. That is why it is incredibly stupid and incredibly disingenuous to say that there are no Nazis in America. Because let's assume that there are people living from World War II, which there are. And let's assume some of them are Nazi soldiers, which there are. And let's assume some of them live in America, which they, by God, might. Would it then be fair to say that there are no Nazis in America? I still say it is no. It is not fair to say that. But these people will goalpost shift, do whatever they can to make you think that Nazism is a dead ideology until you fall into it. And then like, boom, 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 you're a neo-Nazi. Yes, you should take pride in this. There are levels to it, and they do not want you to understand that the next level is even existent. They don't want you to understand that there is a next level. They don't want you to understand that this is a pipeline, because if you see that it is a pipeline and you can see the deepest parts of the pipeline, you'll just get out of it. And the sooner that you get out of it, the sooner that they can't use you anymore. These are Nazis. They want to use you to spread an ideology. And to some extent, I would like to use people to spread my ideology. However, I'm not a loser and I'm not a warmonger. I want to convince people of my ideology. Nazis want to scare you into it. There is a very big difference. And when I am criticized of fear-mongering, I have legitimate reason to. There is a trans genocide going on in the United States, in Florida, and in other states. When I do fear-mongering, quote unquote, it is not fear-mongering. It is bringing up legitimate concerns with the state, the nation state that I live in. Well, nation state is not the right term, but whatever. It's all interchangeable. When I do this, I have genuine and real concerns backed up by genuine and real things. When Nazis do this, it is a reflection of their constant failure to keep Jewish people, people of color, LGBTQ people. It is a constant reflection of how they have failed, and they have failed, and they have failed, and they have failed to keep them down. And they will do whatever they can to not get you to reflect on that real thing, that real outcome that Nazism has had of repeated failure. They will get you to distract yourself. They'll get you to delude yourself, even to distract you from the fact that this is a failure ideology. It is a war ideology. It is a loser ideology. It is a loser mindset. They will do anything they can to distract you from this. And it works for some people and it doesn't for others. And for those people, I have no sympathy for, to be honest. I wish that they didn't fall down the pipeline, but some of them are so far gone that it's not even worth rehabilitation. I believe in rehab. However, some people just aren't interested in it. And some of those people who aren't interested are Nazis. But anyways, I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video today. It's a little more structured, you know? This video, I think I'm starting to get the hang of the editing software I'm using now. I'm starting to get the hang of DaVinci Resolve. I'm moving off Vegas, thank God. But I'm starting to get the hang of DaVinci Resolve. I think I'm back up to the quality I was before when I worked in Vegas. But I hope that it's showing in the videos, you know? But anyways, this outro has gone on long enough. So I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any, like, you know, video ideas, you know, questions, stuff like that, leave them in the comments. And if you like this video, leave a like. And if you hated this video, if you're a Nazi, if you hated this video, if you're a conservative and you hated this video, leave a like, because that would epically own me. And for people with legitimate criticism, I have a code word. It's pinecone. Just at the start, the end, somewhere in between, put the word pinecone. I will read it, you know? I'm probably not gonna be very nice about it, but I will read it, and I will genuinely engage with it. So if you put the word pinecone, yeah. But anyways, enough stalling. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.